amongst the action as well, tweeting simply a handshake emoji in response to Tottenham's win given their 6-1 victory a number of years ago. It's a shithousery award for the blue side of Manchester. Is this the end of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? I mean, he's clearly not the man to take United forward in my eyes. I can only imagine his press conferences. Well, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson did this once too, eh? A 6 is good in cricket, at least, am I right? What must Jadon Sancho be thinking in this situation? Hello? Jadon, yo, it's your boy, Edward, Woodward, you know, the triple wood threat. Yes, yeah, what do you want? So basically, you know, I know we're kind of G's now. I didn't know if you wanted to. Oh, yes, Madge, you know, I'm actually just I'm going through a tunnel right now. Jadon, I rang you on your home phone number. Elsewhere, and we've got extremely wholesome footage of Roy Hodgson trying to take a knee in a very cramped location. Bless him. I love the guy. I wish he was my granddad. He probably has to get a stair lift to his dugout. Up at Goodison Park, and Everton are actually going to win the league. I've had enough of football. They claimed yet another impressive victory, this time at home, 4-2 against Brighton, and it featured a 10 out of 10 celebration after a goal from Yerry Mina. Seamus Coleman is not exactly sure he'd give it the same rating, but it was a 1 out of 10 performance from Jordan Pickford. Yet another mistake from him leading to a goal from Neil Maupay this time. It's not his fault though, okay? With such small arms for such a large body. And in the biggest shock of the day, West Ham United won a 2nd game in a row. I'm not being funny, since David Moyes got corona and had to lead the team from home, they've actually got better. This Zoom subscription is their signing of the season. If I'm the rest of the staff, I'm not letting the guy back into the training ground.
Banner, I open the door.
I'm not going to tell you again. Fuck off. You're shit.
Though in fairness, Leicester probably could have made it a little bit more difficult for them.
Don't kill me. Look at Tielemans. Look at Tielemans. Oh my god, look at him.
Elsewhere and on Twitter, Aymeric Laporte had to explain to a Manchester City fan this week that he's not saying, "Hi, I'm Eric Laporte." His name is actually Dimeric. I mean, just has the person not even seen the name written down? Meanwhile, over at Chelsea, and I'm hearing Reece James has got a new trim, so... No, I'm sorry, I've got to bring the segment back, fam. But now, it's that time in the show again. It's time for Trim Watch. See, this explains why Frank Lampard's dropped him to the subs bench. I'd do the same if he came to training as Minnie Mouse. In the Carabao Cup, Manchester City faced Burnley. Raheem Sterling put in a robust challenge on Matthew Lowton, and Sean Dyche had something to say about it. Firm, big Brexit energy from Sean. Over at Wolves, and pacey winger Adama Traore found himself with a selection headache this week because he's been called up to both the Spanish and Malian national team. How at your big age have you not decided who you want to play for? To be honest, he's big enough. They could just split him in half and still get a player each. In European competition now, an AC Milan faced Rio Aves of Portugal for a place in the Europa League. The game went into a mammoth penalty shootout where both goalkeepers had to take penalties themselves. It saw a calamity of penalties. Like, genuinely, I've never seen the likes before. But in the end, AC Milan came out on top. In the same competition, and Danish side Copenhagen are out of the tournament because of this goal.
Helt alene med en 2-3. FC København spiller Sigurdsson glider, og han fælder Victor Nielsen. Det er helt forfærdeligt, det her. Nej. Det er et uhyggeligt.
Meanwhile, over in Italy, in a Serie A game between Juventus and Napoli has had to be postponed, with Napoli likely to have to forfeit the fixture. This is because going into it, 2 players from Naples and one of their coaching staff tested positive for corona. They were given medical advice suggesting they shouldn't travel to the Juve game, but had their appeal for postponement rejected by the league. Juve turned up to the game and just sat in the stands for 45 minutes before the game was called off. Nice to see them utilising the Mesut Ozil strategy here. Barcelona have been making headlines on social media this week. Firstly, for this quite outlandish caption, just who thought this would be a good idea? Meanwhile, they got their new American signing, Serginho Dest, to do kick-ups at his announcement. This was the outcome.
Cada pena que tradicional stocks, en autèntiques virgueries de lateral dret com d'elles escollit talent de l'any.
At this point, why do they do it, fam? This happens every single time. Meanwhile, over at Mallorca,
Martin Balgen, protagonista, l'MVP del partit en el dia d'avui,
Hello all and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Now picture this, it's the Portuguese league and Porto are 3-2 down against Maritimo. They've got a chance for a penalty with Alex Telles, but Maritimo's goalkeeper has got some mind games in his locker.
Telles vai ter nos pés a possibilidade de marcar. Autoriza o árbitro Rui Costa. Bate Alex Telles, defende. Amir, grande defesa.
This man not only saved a penalty from Alex Telles, he sent him packing to a whole different country, bro. We saw an interesting arrangement in the crowd over at RB Leipzig with a fan deciding to use his beard as a mask, except you can't see the game because the hair is in... Never mind. Down at Chesterfield, and after 203 long days, hypertension was building ahead of their first game back after Corona. Today's match at Wellston has been called off due to a waterlogged pitch. For goodness sake. Middlesbrough manager Neil Warnock manages his 1,500th game this week. Ahead of that, he's quoted as saying, "The sooner we get fans back, the better. I'd like to get booed at least one more time before I retire." Meanwhile, speaking of championship clubs, one of their finest, Brentford,